Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So the prompt that came through for this beautiful reading that we are about to get into is: you are held in 2026, how the new year wants to care for you. So when this prompt came through and when I tapped into the energy here, it felt like the energy of 2026. And please take this as it resonates for however you're coming into this reading. Just take this as the upcoming year for you. But I am recording this for the new year for 2026. But the energy that is present is like an open door, open arms, welcoming you into a new year of your life. And it feels calm and stable and comforting. And I don't believe that January is the best time to hit the ground running. I more so think it's a time to slow down. And so I believe that's why this energy came forth, to bring you comforting messages that you need to hear to know that 2026 can be loving and kind and gentle on you. So we are also entering into the infinite prayer for this. So the infinite prayer is a guided visualization and Reiki transmission that I do in my Little Flower Patreon. So the way in which I do it is I do the reading, and based on the messages that come through the reading, I do a transmission for exactly those who the reading resonated with. So I'm actually going to give you more about that in the individual readings. But for now, go ahead and just choose a flower. We're doing Carnations today. Pick group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So the prompt that came through for this reading is: you are held in 2026, how the new year wants to care for you. So I want you to feel like when you're walking into 2026 or this upcoming year, if you're watching this at a later time, that the doors are open, arms are open, welcoming energies are here for you. You're meant to walk into this next year feeling comforted and held, and knowing just how loved you are, just how hopeful you should remain, and just the amount of beauty and abundance that is surely waiting for you on the other side of this door to your next year. So this is the reading of the month where I do an infinite prayer session as an extended offering. So I'm actually going to have you listen to this quick little message about the infinite prayer and how it integrates into Patreon, and I will see you back on the other side. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new in-depth readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating, or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. Now, back to your reading. All right, so now that you know a little bit more about the Infinite Prayer and Patreon, I want to offer a limited offer of 50% off your first month. So if you feel called to the Infinite Prayer session off of this reading, it will actually be more inexpensive to go ahead and get the Overflow membership at 50% off, which includes the Infinite Prayer. And it gives you a month of being able to browse the plentiful readings and Infinite Prayer sessions I have there to see if it's a right fit for you, and you can cancel at any time if it's not. So there will be a promo code down below if you're interested in doing that and interested in the Infinite Prayer session. Or of course you could just do the Infinite Prayer session one-off if you don't feel called to do the membership. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So you chose group number 1 with the white carnation. So carnations for me symbolize a lightness, a levity, a celebration. And white in particular is symbolic of purity and innocence. And this carnation has a message for you. So let's see what she has to say. I love you beyond words, beyond what words could say, beyond what messages could land in your mind, in your ears, in the cells of your being. You are held. You are so loved. You are so honored. You are seen more than you know. All you have to do is open your heart to the divine, open your mind to the ever-present, unconditional love that surrounds you, that permeates your being, your body, your life. You are so held in love and color and rainbows and light. And all you have to do is close your eyes, look within, and open your heart, open your soul, and know that you are safe to do so. And that light will crack right through. And the more you do that, the more light you let in over time, the more you will feel so grounded, so safe, so protected, and the more you will feel like an empowered force of good in this world. So just open your heart to what is, to what is. All right. Oh, what a beautiful message. It felt like a message from your spirit guides, a message from the divine, a message from higher realms, for sure, a message from God even. You know, it just felt like open up to the love that I have for you. It is here. So that's beautiful. I'm going to put your carnation right up here and we're going to get into your cards. So the first card I pulled from the Gateway Oracle. I thought that was a beautiful name to start us off here, Gateway. I do feel like the energy, whether we're talking about this year ahead or this next phase of your life, it feels like this divine gateway that's full of love. It's just, you're being welcomed into something beautiful. And I just want you to know that. So this card is following your bliss. I get this a lot in readings, not in just my readings, but in readings I do. So collectively, we must be like, we're getting a divine permission slip to follow our bliss. I feel like a lot of us are ingrained to believe that we're not worthy or we're not, it almost feels like an energy of, I'm not allowed to live in my bliss. I'm not allowed to live in ease and flow. In this Western culture that we exist in, everything is go, 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 push, push, push. But this is the divine permission cracking something open in your being where you're finally letting your bliss guide you forward, and you're finally just releasing and letting the chains of productivity or expected productivity fall off your body and just be, and recognizing that that is what true abundance is. Just being, just experiencing and recognizing that you already exist in heaven, in abundance. It's all around you. And I just think we get caught up in these cycles of do, and we have these visions and we have these goals and we want to attain them. And in the pursuit of them, we put off our life. And that's just not where you're headed anymore. You're headed into the present moment, and smack dab into the middle of the love that exists and has existed all around you. So moving forward, I see you shifting, and I see you feeling held in a space that allows you to be free in that, and where you feel safe in that. So a lot of us might have had strict masculine examples in our lives, or we understand God as a strict punishing God. There's just this energy of, it's just realizing that that's not who God is. God is a safe place we can enter into within our own softness, gentleness, slowness, stillness. And that's what he, she, they want for us. So we are safe to walk into that and be held by the divine in a space of love, unconditional love and acceptance, and just being. And that is okay. So this says, my soul sings with joy. They're inner child vibes. We've got this ballerina looking woman with red hair and a flute, and she's riding on her feet on a unicorn. There's day and night present. I just like to label the things that are in the cards sometimes just for symbolism. And if some of you aren't actually watching and you're just listening, it's nice to know what's going on here. But I'm going to pull a couple more cards from, let's do the Tree Keeper's Oracle. All right, so we have number 22, which is one of my favorite numbers. I was born on the 22nd of this month, actually, when I'm recording this. And it says Keeper of Intuition. And then we have number 10 with Keeper of Shift. Okay, there are a lot of the dragonflies on this card are really popping out to me. Those could be symbolic beings. There are butterflies as well. I know those are both types of bugs that go through profound transformation in their lives. I like that the number 10 is here as well. That is a card of a number of new beginnings and completion of cycles. 22 is a power manifesting number. It is one of those numbers that it symbolizes someone who has the power to create massive change, not only in their life, but in the world around them. And with that comes responsibility. With that comes the recognition that if you have that power and if you decide to activate that power, there are so many opportunities where you get to decide to transform the world around you for the better. But there are also opportunities where, if not surrendered to the divine, ultimately, this power could tilt things in a way that perhaps aren't the healthiest. So when this energy is present in your being, it's very important that you recognize the divine responsibility that you hold within that. I believe that the most powerful shift that is going to happen for you comes when you're in a surrendered state to something greater, to the greater good. There are so many blessings that want to pour into your life in this next year. And if you simply let go, trust your intuition, trust the footsteps below you, taken from a place of surrender, of flow, of ease, of good intention, knowing the power you hold to make a difference, you can't go wrong. So for instance, if you are manifesting and creating something for your own world, right? Like say you want to harness your manifestation powers to create something that really only affects you, which is perfectly fine. As the energy came in right away. It was, I want you to feel safe, like from the divine, like I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel free. I want you to feel joyful, whatever that means for you. So individually, what that means for your own specific life or your immediate family, your dreams are meant to come true. There's this feeling of those things kind of come into alignment more so when you have surrendered to the reality that your creative powers are not only meant to be harnessed to create what you know will bring you joy, but to outwardly manifest and provide something new that the world needs as well. So there's this mirroring kind of thing happening where you're both living a very deeply personal, of course, personal life, yes, but also a deeply purposeful life at the same time. And that's how best to harness your manifestation powers, your inner power, harness your ability to create change in your world, is to recognize that what comes along with that is creating changes in the external world. So I hope that resonates for a lot of you. I think that will ring some bells and you'll understand what I mean by saying that. But maybe some of you, that's a new idea and a new concept, and recognizing that it all goes hand in hand and it's not a linear journey. So for instance, say someone wants to build wealth or wants to manifest a new home, wants to manifest a partnership. There's this feeling of your purpose and the work you put into the world for the greater good being a direct alignment with those beautiful things you want to call into your world as well. It's all this holistic thing that kind of, it's like a puzzle that fits itself together. So you can't do one without the other. You can't say, oh, I'm going to manifest wealth and then I'm going to manifest my partnership that I want. Like, it doesn't work that way. It all works as one beautiful, amazing life that you're living and walking towards. And you'll enter into pockets of expansion, visibility, and then you'll enter into pockets of privacy and intimacy and new relationships and play. And so it's all like this orchestrated, beautiful, divine timing kind of thing, this culmination. Like, I'm thinking of the Ten of Cups, that's complete fulfillment. That's on all levels, career, home, family, community, abundance, whatever it may be, excitement, adventure, creativity. It's all one. So moving forward into this year, there's that feeling of gathering all of that up together and like it just being offered at your feet, everything you're walking towards. And also a recognition that this is why it's important for you to exist in a state of play and fluidity and flow and surrender, because one day you might feel inspired to go off and do something you've never done before in a place you've never gone, and you meet someone that's going to play an important role in your life. And the next day you feel inspired to create a painting that one day you'll sell to someone and it will bring in abundance. Like, it's this fluidity that's so important to the master craft of your life's work and what you're building. Like your life, like the life that is being built for you in a way, like co-created for you by the divine, and all you have to do is play within it. There's such a holding here. There's such a just come within this space and be yourself, and of course be responsible and do the things you feel called to do when it comes to taking care of what's important, your root level needs, but allow that to have its own place, and then fall into the flow of freedom, of creativity, of joy, of play when you feel called to do those things as well. Because the time is now, your life is now, and you're meant to feel fulfillment on all levels now. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards and see what supporting energies we have here. Yeah, there's this feeling of recognizing that if you decide to harness your creative power on this planet, there's a balance. Activating that creative power, it needs to be expressed through all lanes of your life, through all elements of your life, or else it feels lopsided. So whatever it is you want in the grand scheme of things, like putting a little energy into like, even if it's a manifestation you know won't come true for 20 years, it's a big life dream goal thing. Putting a little energy into it here and there when you feel called to, as opposed to, I'm not going to give that any thought yet, I can't do anything about it. Like just giving a little bit of energy and attention, like speaking it into existence just a little bit here and there, with the knowing and the faith that eventually it will come to pass. It's bringing it all in always, like keeping it all on the table. We have Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded, and Sage, be devoted and committed. Yes, what is all of it? Like staying devoted and committed to all of it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It will actually make you feel more whole and more settled to know that you're not leaving anything, like you're not putting a pin in things that you know, like you're not letting life pass you by. You're every single element of what you want to walk towards has a say and like sometimes some elements will take up more space than the other, but it's all holistically there. You don't have to put something on the back burner. This is what's going to make you feel more rooted and grounded in your life. When you've taken care of your responsibilities and you allow yourself to go off and explore or play or be light, have fun, be free, truly, truly let yourself feel free in your body and your soul and all of you. When you come back to what your responsibilities are, you'll just be rejuvenated. You'll be glad to be there. You'll be happy to be there. It will be a grounding experience as opposed to something that you're tired of or bored of or overwhelmed by. So let's go ahead and pull some of the Landscape Tarot. See what else is going on here. I believe you guys have a deep life purpose. With the Sage card, be devoted and committed, it feels like, just looking at that card, I'm feeling someone who really wants to make a difference in some way in their life on this planet, for humanity, for the earth, whatever it may be, for children, for the world. And just don't put it off. You can start now. I promise you there are little ways that you can start spreading your love and your joy and truth, whatever it is. You can start now and open your heart. Like, create a map, like create a drawing and put everything you want to manifest and everything you want to see. It's so be the change you want to see in the world. Put it all on a piece of paper and just know, and think of, just dream for a while. Think of ideas. How can I feed that part of my soul that really wants to live up to that ideal? How can I feed that now without, maybe you don't have the resources for the big part of it, but you can, speak a kind word to someone or share awareness about a cause you care about, whatever it may be. Let's see. We have, forgot to shuffle the cards. Might want to do that first. It was the King of Swords, though, by the way, when I didn't shuffle the cards yet, and I just looked at the top card, and it was the King of Swords, which is this like intellectual leadership energy. It is kind of like the Sage card. He's got a pen too. He's writing something on a leaf. This is making me think of someone who feels overwhelmed because they have so many dreams, so many creative ideas, and it might be overwhelming to think that you could do all of it, but I'm here to tell you that you can do all of it. And there is a way, and it's all about surrender and trust, and it's all about knowing that you're held, knowing that the divine has so many things under control. And if you feel like you want to go down a rabbit hole, please go down the rabbit hole. And when it's time for you to come out of the rabbit hole and come back to your grounded state, you will have that internal nudge and you'll know when the timing is right to do that. I feel like it can feel erratic when you have so much that you want to do, but you're held in such a way, you're so safe to explore and flow and be creative, and you're so safe to do that. You're more safe to do that. It's like almost like you've held yourself. There's a feeling of like holding yourself in and tight and just focusing on one thing and putting other things off till later whenever you have this one thing done. It's like you think you have to like contain yourself, or you have to control yourself, or you have to hold everything together. And when really everything already is held together and you're just holding all of that. It's more of like an internal state of discomfort from a place of insecurity, and everything is under control. And you can trust yourself. That's the other key piece of it, is trusting yourself within all of it. Trusting and knowing in your own intuition. We have Keeper of Intuition here. And that's number 22. That's that power number. With the Keeper of Intuition, you can trust in your intuition. Keep that map by your side. Like it can be a circle with like a bunch of, like, even if it's some piece of artwork that is a map or a compass for you. You know, you will have something like an anchor point to bring you back into reality. And yeah, I just think we need more people going down rabbit holes and being in bliss and being in flow and exploration. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, beautiful. A card of reaping what you sow, a card of harvest. We also have the Ace of Cups. Wow, yes. You're so held to allow yourself to be emotionally fulfilled by the work that you do on this world. And just, you're so held in whatever whims you want to be taken on. Please go on those little journeys. Just do it. Please be free. Let your spirit soar. We have, yes, the King of Pentacles. Exactly. I mean, look at this card. We have this mountain with a gorilla. This is the energy you're held within. This is the energy that is taking care of you. You have all of your resources that you need. Like, I can't tell you how safe you are to be free right now. Three of Pentacles. Temperance. Five of Cups. And the Lovers. Sometimes the cards come in as energies you need, but in this case, it's energies you are. You are the Temperance card. You know deep in your cells when it is time to pull back from excess, when it is time to root yourself and ground yourself and come back from a place of flow, from a place of, I hope this is resonating. This is, even as I'm reading the messages, I'm going off in little corridors, it feels like, and there's no graspable, grounded thing, but it's like, ultimately I know I don't have to provide that for myself because it's already provided. Like, I don't have to hold tightly to this sense of security because I know it's already there. It's already an extension of who I am. It's what surrounds me. It's what's giving to me constantly. And that's it. That's all I need to know. The Five of Cups being here, it feels like a reflection of where you've been. You have like a void in a way, like a feeling of, I've just allowed myself to not have some of the things that I truly want in my life, live in some of the ways that I want to live, because I felt like I needed to keep it all together, or I needed to be in control, or I needed to be responsible. And those elements are over exaggerated in your life. Like you are responsible. You've taken care of everything. Like everything's held down. And so really this King of Pentacles is a reflection of you. You've put in the work. You've held things together. And that's something that has a life of its own. Seven of Pentacles, reaping what you sow. You've over time consistently have been building your foundation, and guess what? It's already built. You don't have to hold, like, it's almost like you've built a brick house and you're worried that the house is just going to suddenly fall over or crumble when it was built beautifully. And so you're like holding on to the side of the house every day. Like, let me make sure it's like, if there's any little bit of wind, you're like holding on to the side of the house. When you built the house to withstand the wind, you don't have to do that. And there's so much support. With the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration and support. And it feels like energies, like it feels like earth, fire, air, water, ether, like all of these energies coming in to give you every little thing you need. And the most important thing you're being called into right now is simply surrender and following your intuition. And that is it. Go down the rabbit hole of your life. You are held there. It's literally called a rabbit hole. It's in the ground. It's in the earth. It's safe. It's held. It's contained. It's rooted. The Lovers is a beautiful card about flow, about harmony, connection. Feels like community, release. Something came through with, I've been doing some research into archetypes around the cards. And something came through with the Lovers was like divine choice or sacred choice. And I never really thought of that at all for some reason, even though the Lovers is often associated with the Garden of Eden, and that makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't it? Adam and Eve had to make that choice to eat the apple. And you're presented with, in this moment, the sacred choice to surrender and trust and walk a path that is perfectly aligned to who you are. It's like the muse, following the muse of your existence into the life creation, the artwork of your life, and trusting in the flow of that as you go, and being able to live that way forever, in flow, in freedom, in security, in trust, in love, in harmony, in bliss even. Of course, our lives are imperfect, we're human, but there's this feeling of the reality that bliss has been available to you in so many moments in your life when you didn't know that you could have access to it. And this is you opening the door to whatever sensations and feelings and experiences that life has to offer you. You're deciding, I'm going to live my life fulfilled. At the very least, I'm going to live present, aware, and I'm going to make choices from that place of surrender and trust and knowing of my worthiness, knowing that I want to go down these rabbit holes for a reason. I want to have an explorative, adventurous, flowing, beautiful, colorful, mysterious at times life. And that is okay. And I feel safe in that. And not only do I feel safe in that, I feel the most fulfilled I could ever feel. And I feel like I'm not missing out on something. I'm not being disappointed because I'm not putting a part of my life off. I'm just living it. I'm just being in awe of the divine path that's unfolding before me out of complete authenticity and love. So that's amazing. I'm going to pull a few more tarot cards actually from the Tarot of Oneness. This deck is really beautiful, colorful, full of life. So I wanted to bring this in for this reading. You're just throwing away convention. You're throwing away external structures that don't make sense to you and that are like dying paradigms that other people subscribe to and cling to, but you don't buy into anymore. You're just letting it all go and just you're doing you, being you. Okay, so we have a couple cards here. We have the Ten of Wands, We have the Page of Wands. I guess that's it. That's all that one's come through in this deck. Interesting. 2 fire element cards. 10 of Wands is a card of being weighed down, having burdens, but I really love this card. It's someone pulling a boulder up a hill, and I always think this is someone who finally realizes it's just not worth it. Why am I carrying this boulder? It means nothing. It's serving no one. It's making me think of someone who, like, their life is, it's busy, or there's a lot going on, or there are a lot of responsibilities on their plate, or a lot of things they want to do and they love to do, relationships they want to nurture. And sometimes they feel overwhelmed and just burdened and feeling like the weight of it all. But then it's like you finally just let go of the boulder of that and recognize the blessing of all the beauty in your life, and recognizing that you don't have to live in a sense of burden or weight. You can live in a sense of flow through it all and trust that everything's going to play itself out perfectly if I just do what my heart calls me to do in the moment. And a lot of times, yes, there will be structural elements, there will be planning, there will be, like fixing things, like that metaphor of building the brick home, like there might be like a beam that breaks, or I don't know. I don't build homes, so I don't know, but what would break? Like a foundational issue that you have to fix one time in your life. Like, there may be things to tend to that pull you away from being completely free and flow and in bliss. Of course, it's our human journey, but this is just you ultimately recognizing that you're one human being, and that it's not worth the pressure. It's not worth the stress. It's not worth the anxiety. And you can still show up for everything that you need to show up for, but just from a calmer, more steady, and more rooted place. Page of Wands is about new beginnings. And again, we have the fireflies and the butterflies in here. And those are highly symbolic of transformation and change. This makes me think of someone who they are the ones who change, and their life kind of morphs around that. And a lot of times your life, on like if you look at it in the physical world, it might not look that much differently, but through your new eyes, through your new wings, you see it completely. It's like you're living in an entirely new world. You're a new creature. And the world looks differently because of that. You have new powers. You have a new levity to you. So both of those creatures as well, they go from ground, I think the dragonflies are more in the water, but still, nonetheless, they both go from being kind of grounded or in the water to being winged, flying through the sky kind of energies. And I think that's the energy you're embodying moving forward. Not to say that powerful transformation in the material world around you can't happen as well. I would surmise to guess that you entering into this unapologetically would, like, things that aren't aligned to this new energy would just naturally fall away. Again, that's another example of where you don't have to control everything. And those things will just fall away, and it will make sense that they fall away, and you won't fight it because you know who you are and you know where you're going. And that's that. So, okay, I'm going to pull one last card from the Wild Offering Oracle, and then we will get into the prompts I want to write down, or my intentions for the infinite prayer for you guys. Okay, so these are prayers. It's a deck by Tasha Silver, and this says companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. Interesting. Well, we do have the sage here, and that can be likened to the hermit, which is about solitude. This is making me think of the reality that the transformation you're going on is something that's happening within you that may make you feel alone at times. But when you come out on the other end, you feel anything but alone. It's like the love you have for those who are already in your life is just invigorated. It's just overflowing. Your relationships are more enhanced. They make more sense. They're healthier. They're more loving. There's more intimacy. yeah, because it like the death card didn't come out, but there's death energy present. It's like you transforming into this person who's free, and you're free in the way you love, and your relationships are going to be better for it. So if there's any fear around this change that you're making in your life, please know that it's for the better, and that you can't lose what foundations in your relationships you've already built. This is just going to enhance the quality of your relationships. So, okay, so my intentions moving into the infinite prayer session, if you feel called to it for you. Well, ultimately, my intention for all three groups is to bring a sense of safety in this threshold that you're crossing, and a knowing that you are not alone. You are not alone in this change. But there will be a moment within the light of this change that there's a moment that feels scary, because you're shedding a part of yourself that related to the world around you and related to even those you love, from a place of weight or obligation or heaviness. And that could feel like losing a part of yourself, or feel like kind of lonely in that moment. And there's a worrisome, like, I don't want to let go of this part of me because I'm losing something. And maybe even a sensing of it around you, and a fear, because it's like an attachment kind of thing. Sometimes it can be an attachment thing. But yeah, so you are safe. I want to bring in, you are safe to cross this threshold. All of your loved ones are waiting for you on the other side. Yes, it really feels like open arms, just waiting for you to be held within them. The overarching energy of this reading is what that feels like. So go through your transformation, shed what you need to shed, let go of that boulder, and know that the only thing you're letting go of is the weight of carrying so much that you were never meant to carry on your own. The divine will just now have it in their hands instead of you. So you're entering into more lightness, you're entering into freedom and flow, intimacy, connection, companionship, joy, creativity. There's exploration, adventure, the mystery of, and the beauty and excitement of your new way of being is just waiting for you to step into it. So again, if you feel called to the infinite prayer, there's a link down below to the individual session, but there will also be a link to the Little Flower Patreon if you feel called to do the 50% off your first month. That will be available for 4 days from when I post this. So I'm posting this on the 27th of December, and that offer will be available until midnight on the New Year's. So please feel free to take advantage of that if you feel called to. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence. Be sure to like this video, drop a flower emoji, or comment if you feel called to, and subscribe to my channel. And go ahead and listen to this outro to learn more about Patreon, my adorable merch, my other YouTube channel, and just other ways that you can be supported by me. Thank you so much. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment, a sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick-a-Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring plus access to every new extended Infinite Prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single Infinite Prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that came through is "You are held in 2026. How the new year wants to care for you." So the energy of this reading is a threshold that you're crossing into for this next year of your life, whether you're here for the 2026 new year or you're here at another time. This is a threshold you're crossing into a new way of being, and the arms of the universe are welcoming you forward into just a new energy that you're going to be embodying, new blessings, and ultimately it just feels very healing and aligned and beautiful. And we are entering into the infinite prayer for this session. So the infinite prayer is a guided visualization and Reiki blessing that I do. It is something I offer every month in the Little Flower Patreon. So go ahead and listen to this quick message about the infinite prayer and the Little Flower Patreon to understand a little bit more about it, and I will see you on the other side of that. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new in-depth readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating, or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. Now, back to your reading. So this is the reading of the month that I am offering that infinite prayer session that is correlated with this reading in particular. And for this month, I am offering 50% off your first month of the Little Flower Patreon membership. And if you do the Overflow membership with the 50% off, that will actually be more inexpensive, and it will include this infinite prayer session that is correlated with this reading if you feel called to it. So there will be a promo code and a link down below if you feel called to that, but also you could just do the infinite prayer session as a one-off if you don't want to do the membership or try that out. So let's go ahead and just get into your reading. You chose group number 2 with the lovely pink carnation. Carnations are symbols of celebration and levity and lightness. And I like to think that there's an underrated beauty and abundance to them. There's just carnations are everywhere. They're inexpensive and people tend to underrate them, but I find them extremely beautiful. The amount of petals that exist in a carnation, the amount of colors they come in, and they're beautiful little flowers. And this one in particular is a bud and a flower. So it's bringing in the number 2 symbolism, unity, partnership, expansion, connection, intimacy, and let's just go ahead and see if this flower has anything to say to you before we get into your reading. Ooh, it looks like do you see how it's like a spiral? It almost looks like a shell, like that Fibonacci spiral. That's kind of cool. All right, 111 on the camera timer. What do you have to say, little flower? You are good. We've got you. Trust in the words that flow out of your mouth. Trust in the steps that are being taken below you. Surrender and let go and fall into a flow. You are meant to be held in unconditional love, in peace, in healing, in hope. Drop the weights that you carry on your shoulders. They are not yours anymore. The divine is big enough to hold them forever. You get to exist in your innocence and your light and your joy. You get to exist in a state of knowing just how precious you are, how amazing you are, how loved you are, how honored you are. Just let go and flow. All right, that's a really beautiful message. It just feels like a hand reaching out to help you out. And I just want to, I heard beg, I want to beg of you, please take the help, please take the assistance. If moving forward into this next year, you start to have people coming in, energies coming in that really want to support you, I just want to tell you to take the help. Please take it. This is the natural state of things. Sometimes you are a supporter, sometimes you are a provider, and other times you're the one receiving. And that's literally how nature works. Nature is interrelated in so many ways, like how the roots of trees and just think about nature and how, squirrels eat the acorns and the acorns grow into trees and provide homes for the squirrels and the birds and the birds, and the pollinators and how they move throughout the world and spread things around. It's just a natural flow of giving and receiving. And we humans have gotten ourselves to a place where we block, especially in women, and not necessarily only women, but that we block the flow. It's like a lot of us give, and we don't feel comfortable receiving for whatever reason, when it's literally a natural part of our being. So moving forward into this next year, you're going to learn what it feels like to receive in a way that feels natural, that there's no guilt attached to, that feels good and feels wholesome, and it feels like there are no strings attached. It just feels like reception of what is rightfully yours, and that, you feel that, and it's from God ultimately, from the divine ultimately. So there's no qualms. So you're being ushered into a place of reception, which is beautiful. So many blessings are coming in for you. So many manifestations, long held dreams. This year is ripe for that, for you to truly, truly receive. If you've been someone who's a giver, it is your time to receive. So let's put your lovely flower right up here, and I'm going to pull a card from the Gateway Oracle, and your oracle card is Giving Birth. Wow. I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. That's amazing. So this could be a beautiful sign for those of you who do want to conceive a child, adopt a child, give birth to a child. It could be a beautiful message of safety and you are held. You are held in the creations that you're putting into the world, whether it's a literal child or it's something that you've been walking towards in your life and building towards in your life. You are held. You're so safe in the reception of what is to come. And there's even a feeling of deep rest. This is a nighttime energy here. And this woman, she's held in this, it looks like a bubble, like a safety bubble. And she's naked in the bubble. And so it feels like a vulnerable, safe, beautiful place. And there's a white bird, which is symbolic of peace and protection. This feels like giving birth to something amazing, kind of like a mother giving birth to a child and then needing to rest a lot after that because of what she just went through. This feels like a peaceful time of rest and reception of love that you've needed for so long. And I don't even want to say you've earned it, because you don't have to earn it. Again, with that natural give and receive, it's not about earning. But you've been in a creator role, you've been in a giver role, an output role, and now it is time to just let go, fall into a flow, be taken care of, be provided for, be held, feel safe in that. And that's the open door you're walking through this year. You're going to feel more cared for and more provided for than you've ever felt. And you're going to feel safer in letting that happen in your life than you've ever felt. So let's keep pulling cards. I'm going to pull from the Tree Keeper's Oracle. I really do. It almost feels like, wow, like you've been through a lot and you've hit the ground running for so long, just confronting, and it could be chaos that's erupted in your life that you've had to clean up, or internal work that you've been doing for a long, like it's making me think of someone who has struggled internally with their mental or spiritual or even physical health, and it's like fighting a battle for so long, and like a noble battle, and then winning that battle. And it makes me think of the Star card, like that hope and that light that comes after that tower moment, you know, that hope and that light that comes after the struggle, where you can rest and you did it, you made it, you're on the other side, and there's a sense of just peace. So we have Keeper of Dance, number 34, and Keeper of the Invisibles, number 35. Interesting. 34 and 35, there's a succession there, like a progression. The dance, Keeper of Dance, is making me think of a celebration. There will be a lot to celebrate in this new year. And Keeper of the Invisibles is giving all of these invisible blessings that have been waiting at your doorstep, or like a flooding, and the dam is about to break, and all this abundance flowing into your world, all of these gifts and these blessings and these things that it just wasn't the right time yet for, and now they're coming in. I'm going to keep pulling cards just to get a little bit more context. It feels like a mystery. And with Keeper of Dance, I would recommend celebrating now. What is it that you want to see in this world? What is it that you're calling in? What is it that you're creating? What is it that you want to happen? Dance, like turn on some music and move your body and act as if it's already happened. Celebrate as if it's already happened within that movement. Definitely a lot of movement and flow coming in. We have Spring, see your seeds grow. Beautiful, see your seeds grow. Are you kidding me? I feel like with the keeper of the invisibles, it's almost like you've planted so many seeds and they're in the ground, they're invisible, like the fruits of them have not been showing for so long. It's making me think of, there's a type of bamboo that takes forever to grow. It grows under the ground for so long, but when it shoots up, it really shoots up. And it's making me think of that. Like there is a new fruition coming into your world this next year. And it's like backed up blessings that have been waiting for that right and ripe moment to just, I mean, the hair, we have a rabbit here, and rabbits are of course known for procreation and expansion. And it's like this overflowing abundance. Again, celebrate as if it's already here. Please, please do that, because that's going to get you into a flow and into a rhythm of when it comes, that reception energy of knowing it's yours, it's already yours. Your next card is, it's a mystery. I feel like there's a mystery blessing coming into your world this year. Something you didn't expect is coming soon. We have arrow. Okay, surround yourself with protective energy. The first thing I thought of with the arrow was Cupid's arrow. And for those of you who are looking for a partnership, it may come sooner than you expect. And it made me think of that person having their eyes on you and just beelining for you, and you not having to do anything. Like again, with that receptive energy, it doesn't feel like you have to do much in this next year to receive what is truly meant for you. You've already done so much that it's just inevitable. It is the natural ebb and flow of things. It is time for flow in your life. And yeah, like the right people, places, things are just going to automatically kind of unfold for you. So my advice for you moving into the next year of your life is to let go and trust and open your heart, open your soul, and know that you are worthy of so many blessings. And also honor where you've been, honor the seeds you've planted, take stock of how many seeds you've planted, and if there are any areas where you feel like need watered a little bit, go ahead and do that. But it doesn't seem like there's much work that needs to be done. It just feels like taking stock and being like, okay, you know, this is what I've been walking towards. This is what I've been building, which the building of it may have been a battle, and it may have been intense, and it may have been a lot of work. But now we're almost in this like, okay, I'm going to make sure these really are well nourished and really are well fed, and it's less work, but it's just like this last bit of observance there and a little bit of care there, like, you know, like watering a couple plants. Oh, that one's fine, that doesn't need anything. But maybe that one over there could use a little. It's like these tying up of little loose ends, and then the garden just profoundly bursts forward into your life, like the springtime, like everything. And it's almost like everything you've planted, you've done it in a way where you've planned along the way for it to be sustainable. So when it does come, it's like you've planted all perennials that are super hardy, and there's not much work you have to do to maintain it at that point. You've already built like this beautiful garden that's amazing and powerful. And it feels like even other people get to partake of it, and it feels amazing. So whatever you've done to get to this point, just know that yeah, the natural fruition of what's to come, it's absolutely meant for you. Oh, and I love that these are 2 circles. This is full circle. I really do think you're at a full circle moment here. And I feel like with the arrow, again, you've known what you've been building and what you've been walking towards and what you've been fighting for, and it's only going to expand and grow from here. So that's amazing. I'm going to pull some tarot from the Tarot Landscapes. Man, earlier I was, I'm sorry if my intro was a little piecemeal, because I am someone who has a hard time selling. So it's something I'm learning to do, is selling the Infinite Prayer Sessions, selling, you know, Patreon, and learning to know that it's an offering that is something that would serve some people, you know, certain people will feel called to it. Otherwise, why am I doing it? You know? But it's so interesting because I think it was especially intense for some reason at the beginning of this reading, my discomfort for offering something that I'm giving, you know, and I think there's something there for you where I feel like you're offering something into the world that's going to be partaken of by others. And it feels so natural. Like even if you are, for instance, like in my case, selling something, it feels like you're not even, it just feels natural. Whatever the exchange in, it comes naturally. And it, like the people that are gravitating towards what you've built and created are those that the exchange comes naturally from them. Like them to give, to partake of what you've built, it is something that's just completely natural and makes sense to them. So there's no weirdness. There's no I just feel you entering into a new paradigm of giving and receiving. It feels like an awakening of, oh, this is how it has always been meant to feel. And this is what's right. And this is not only okay, but this is what's natural. So, okay, let's get into the tarot. So, if this is resonating, I would love to know what you're building in your life, what you're offering. Please feel free to talk about it in the comments. Like if there's something you're offering the world, even if it's for money, please feel free to offer it in the comments. There might be someone who resonates with another reading who really needs what you have to offer. So yeah, I don't know, just felt called to say that. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, definitely. New material beginning, receiving something, receiving offers, of course. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune, divine timing. Yep, everything is coming full circle. Like the number 10, everything is... Sorry, I'm just going to keep pulling cards and we'll get there. Three of Swords. Aw. Ooh, another Ace. Ace of Wands. Six of Cups. And, okay, 10 of Swords. Interesting. Okay. This might be where we get into how the infinite prayer will help you, because some of this is a little heavy. We've got the Three of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So I'm curious what's going on there. Some of you might be leaving behind ways of connecting to people or a person or even relationships in general, or a relationship. There's painful ending vibes, heartbreak vibes. Out of self-worth, out of self-love. I'm seeing a fox in the corner of my eye. Oh, we have foxes on this Keeper of Dance. You have had to let go of so many things that weren't serving you. You've had to drop expectations and weights that others have put on you. You have had to enter into what felt like a cold cutting of cords that you felt guilty about at the time. You've had to walk through, some of you, heavy, bitter breakups with people, places, old ways of being that didn't serve you. Some of you had to do deep, heavy shadow work that was painful. But even this is how you tended to your garden, by pulling the weeds in dark places, like pulling invasive weeds out. Like it was heavy, strenuous work. This is you healing the grounds of your soul. It's making me think of like where I'm from the Midwest, and there are cornfields with, of course, they spray toxic pesticides all over the land. And I can only imagine what you'd have to do to kind of renew that soil and bring it back to life and health, to restore the prairie land there. And that's the work that you did. You took the time and you started from the ground up. You had to filter and heal the literal grounds of your soul. And get rid of toxic forces around you. And it feels like that was first step, and then heal the energy within. And that's where you started. So this has been a years-long journey for you. So the blessings that are coming in are coming from a place of years of, with Keeper of Invisibles, again, it's like the quote unquote invisible work. Whoa, 22 when I looked up at the camera timer. The quote unquote invisible work that has shown quote unquote no results, when obviously there are results. But it's like, it's not like getting a job and making a bunch of money and buying a house. Like, you know, it's like, it's not a straightforward path. You've walked this path that took you in little different corridors where you had to mend different elements of your being, and it took you down routes of relationships that mirrored back to you inner wounding that needed attention. And all of this has been this beautiful dance that's getting you, however painful of a dance, that's getting you into a place where the foundation and the roots of all the seeds you've planted are steady and solid, rooted, grounded, safe. And it's just a natural abundance that's occurring from these years of work. And it feels natural. So that's, again, that dancing keeps coming in. Like, get into movement, get into flow. This just is. Abundance just is. Love just is. Color just is. Flow just is. Money just is. Love just is. Intimacy just is. Connection just is. Feeling seen is natural here. A knowing of your truest nature and a knowing of your worthiness, of the world reflecting that back to you. There's such, it's just such a natural flow that you're meant to fall into. You're held there. You're safe there. You've done all the work. And from here on out, it's just, again, it's that little pruning here and there, a little bit of watering here and there, but you've done most of the work. You've done the foundation stuff. And now you can just year after year harvest. Or it's like, I keep imagining someone who created a garden, and then people are paying like $3 every year. Like, your garden's so beautiful that people just pay you, or maybe even they donate, you know, they donate, and that helps you thrive. You know, that helps bring in so much abundance and power for you to live the life you want to live. And it's just off this beautiful garden you've created, you know, like, people want to see it. They'll pay whatever, like, they'll give from their heart. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful exchange, what you're doing. So, yeah, and with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, and in this deck, this Ace of Wands makes me think of the Ace of Pentacles, and oh, we've got all those flowers around there with the tree trunk, and I like that it's a tree trunk that has been cut, because it's a knowing that what was there, like, you had to cut that off. That tree was dying, and it would have been dangerous, you know, and so you cut the tree. And now there's this trunk here amidst your beautiful garden. I just want to show you this card because it's perfect for the metaphor. And now people can take rests on this trunk in your beautiful garden. Or you could put a flower pot on it, and it just adds to the beauty. And eventually it will decay and just add to the fertility of the soil. And it is time for you. It is time for you. You are entering into such a beauty. I love that the Six of Cups is here. That's about the past, but you're seeing the past with such a beautiful lens of love and of honoring of where you've been, and knowing you had to do it. It had to be that way to get you to where you are now. And you're okay with that because you're a healer, and you've healed along the way. And you know you've brought good into the earth because of it. And you know you've done what you had to do. And it may have sucked. And it may have been intense at times, and painful at times, and difficult and confusing and overwhelming at times, but you know it was worth it. Okay, I am going to pull a few more tarot cards, maybe like 1 to 3 from the Tarot of Oneness. The King of Swords keeps kind of popping his little head out, and that would happen in group 1 too. Just when I was shuffling, like it didn't come out in the reading, but I kind of find that interesting. It's making me think of a protector energy, like the divine is making me think of Archangel Michael, this protective being or frequency or energy that's surrounding you. And I believe it's surrounding, I'm going to say all the groups today and this next year. You're so heavily protected. It's not even funny how heavily protected you are, and held in such a way that you are so precious to the divine. And your life's journey, what you're building, the seeds you've planted, they are all protected. Like they've, not only have you done such a great job of protecting them and nurturing, but the divine has helped you in that, is integrated because you brought the divine along with you on your journey. The divine has protected each and every single little seed that you have planted and helped to nourish that light of the divine. That light of unconditional love is shining on everything you've done up to this point. Okay, we've got 2 cards. Beautiful. 2 major arcanas. I love this. We have 5 and 6, again, with the progression, like we had 34 and 35. And weirdly, 34 reduces to 7 and 35 reduces to 8. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8. So the Hierophant and the Lovers. There's a marriage here. This could actually literally be marriage again. We have that message again with a partnership energy coming in. But ultimately, the energy is a marriage between wisdom and pleasure. So this path you've been taking, there might have been times where it feels like you're being molded and shaped and you're having to take the hard way. You're having to take the long route. You're having to do the whole Knight of Pentacles, plant the seeds, solid and steady work. You might have had to take detours to tend to things that you didn't expect you'd have to tend to along the way. You've kind of, it's like a feeling of knowing, well, I'm being shaped and I'm building something and I'm being guided. And I know I'm walking towards love and joy at the same time, as difficult as this process is. And this is that marriage, everything coming together, where you feel so rooted and safe and held in the hands of who or what has guided you to this point. It all makes sense. It's like a full circle. This all finally, I get it. I know why I had to go through all of that. Because I wouldn't be able to embrace this abundance and this joy and this love. It wouldn't even be the same if I didn't integrate all of those lessons along the way. It goes hand in hand. You can't have the joy without the truth. And when you can integrate the truth into your being to a point where everything is harmonized within, you can let that love in. You can feel safe to exist in intimacy with joy and color and love and humanity and the earth. And everything is kind of interwoven together in this beautiful way. Nothing's left behind. It's making me think of, I can't remember what it's called. Is it called wabi sabi? Is that what it's called? Where, and I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese, I'm sorry. But it's, when something's broken and they fill the broken spot with something beautiful, like with a gold fill or patch. I got an astrology reading from someone named Tracy the other day, and she told me that her friend couldn't afford a new window, so her friend got these like flower pieces and glued them onto the crack on the window, and it just made it beautiful. And I'm like, that is such a cool idea. Yeah, why get a new window when you can just beautify it instead and make it even cooler? So I feel like that's how you're going to be viewing your old wounding and the lessons and the path and the struggle. You're going to see there's such beauty, like a shine of light over all of it. And when you look at your past, you won't see the pain, you'll see the beauty. and you'll be grateful. There's a settledness too. Like I looked up at the camera timer and it said 5:56. I have to restart it sometimes, but yeah, it said 5:56, and it's just after 5:55 would have represented change. 5:56 is like, that transformation, chaotic energy is done, and we're on the other side, and we're in the new reality, and all is well, all is beautiful. So, okay, let's pull one last card from the Wild Offering Oracle, and then we will write down my intentions for the infinite prayer for you. Okay, so these are cards with prayers on them, so feel free to pray this little prayer. Ambition. Ooh. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Please use me for the highest good. I feel like this has been your prayer already, and you are reaping the benefits of surrendering everything up to the divine and doing the hard things when you felt called to do them. And it's all coming full circle. So this has been you. Continue to let this be you, and you'll only be proven that you've been taking the right steps all along. And just know that so much good is coming your way, so much abundance. And I feel like you'll be existing on this new plateau, in this new garden that you've grown over time. And it's just absolutely beautiful. So congratulations. Okay, so for the infinite prayer for you guys. So I keep coming back to that dancing energy. I want to bring in a sense of joy and levity and movement. So I wrote down dance, joy, levity, movement. It all makes sense. And I love that you're group number 2. Again, 2 is, oh wow, oh my God, you're group number 2. I mentioned that this is 2 flowers that you chose. And then we had all of that energy about partnership and union. We literally have the lovers here. The 6 of Cups can often be associated with soulmates as well. So this year is ripe for that. And if you already are with your soulmate, that's amazing. There is a deepening and a flourishing of a new level of love within that relationship, and even within your friends and your family and everything. That's the feeling. So, okay. Alrighty. Thank you so much, group number 2. I am honored by your presence. If you feel called to the infinite prayer session, please feel free to click the link down below. There will also be that offering that will be available for about 4 days after I post this until January 1st at midnight, for the 50% off your first month of the Patreon membership. And again, the overflow membership is what you want to sign up for if you want access to the infinite prayer session. So, okay, thank you so much. Please feel free to drop a flower emoji, leave a comment, like this video, subscribe if you feel called to, and go ahead and listen to my outro to learn a little bit more about ways I can support you, my adorable merch, and my other YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken. my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, the prompt that came through is you are held in 2026. How the new year wants to care for you. So this is the energy of crossing a threshold. So whether you're here for the 2026 new year or whether you just felt called to this reading to tap into the energy of this next threshold for this next year of your life, I want to let you know that doors are opening, arms are opening to hold you in this next year of your life. And there's such a beautiful, powerful, welcoming energy coming in this reading. So just know that you're walking into something beautiful, and what you're leaving behind, it's all meant to be. And before we get into it, I do want to mention that this reading will have an extended infinite prayer session, and go ahead and listen to this quick message to know a bit more about the infinite prayer and how it interrelates to the Little Flower Patreon. I'll see you on the other side. Before we get into your reading, I'd like to invite you into the sacred portal to healing, alignment, and expansion that is the Little Flower Patreon. A key element that makes the Little Flower Patreon special is the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a powerful transmission each month with the intention to bring you into deeper resonance with your truest soul essence and most fulfilling path. Entering into the infinite prayer means remembering you've always held the key to the healing waters of your own soul. This is your safe and protected conduit to the divine. I simply hold the mirror. Tap into your own sacred, ever-flowing internal spring, always pure, always moving, always offering exactly what you need the moment you choose to dip your cup in. Return as often as you feel called to. Enter the Wellspring membership and receive access to an ever-growing sanctuary of soulful pick-a-flower readings and infinite prayer sessions. Each month, I tap in and channel a theme or prompt for 2 new in-depth readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Join the Overflow membership and receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from YouTube readings like this one from October 2025 on. If the Little Flower Patreon is calling to you, click the link in the description box below. If at any point during this reading you feel inspired to, feel free to like, subscribe, drop a flower emoji, and leave a comment. I'd love to know how things are resonating, or if you have any questions or suggestions for me. Now, back to your reading. Alrighty, so now that you know a little bit more about the infinite prayer, I do want to offer 50% off your first month of the Little Flower Patreon. And if you sign up for the Overflow membership, that will include the extended infinite prayer session off of this reading. So it'll actually be more inexpensive if you do that than if you were to just purchase the extended infinite prayer session on its own. So that offering will be available until January 1st at midnight. So for about 4 days after I post this reading, that will be available. There will be a code down below, and the links for everything are down below. So let's go ahead and just get into your reading. For this reading, you chose the lovely peachish. It's kind of like a peach pinky carnation, and carnations are symbolic of levity and lightness and love. I think they're underrated flowers. They're beautiful. I love the amount of petals and the chaos of the carnation, the way it looks, and it's like contained chaos in a way in a flower. I love that. And then the peach color always reminds me of one of my aunts. I remember growing up, she loved the color peach and she had swans everywhere. So I wanted to mention that in this reading. Swans could be symbolic or important animals, signs for you. And I don't know, I just felt called to mention that. I know swans are symbols of reflection, and they're also symbols of mating for life and partnership. So that could be something that comes through in the reading. But let's go ahead and just see what this flower has to say to you today. You have no idea the abundance, the love, the overflow that is about to pour into your world. You have no idea. Not only are there open, welcoming arms waiting for you on the other side of this threshold that you're crossing, but there's so many gifts, so many things that you would never have dreamed of or thought of that are going to find their way into your world. Things that you'd hoped to manifest within years will come into your world this year more quickly than you ever thought possible. This is your year of unexpected blessings, of fast-paced movement that you didn't foresee. You are entering into an entirely new paradigm. Just buckle up. Buckle up for the ride. Okay. Beautiful message. That's exciting. Wow. I didn't expect that. And you are group number 3, which is a number of expansion. And I do believe you're entering into a year of expansion and growth. So whatever that means for you, blessings, long-held dreams, there's a lot of fruition of manifestations and dreams coming for you this year. There's abundance energy, like monetary, like it feels like money. It feels like, and these are the things that you've been walking towards and that you've been actively participating in manifesting. I want to stress that because I am not someone who believes that you can just think of something and manifest it. You have to co-create with the universe. So these are the things that you've actually been working towards. So, and I do think a lot of times it has to do with internal work, but it is also inspired action in the real world to build something and doing it from a place of intuition and flow and surrender. So it's everything that you've been walking towards from those places, it's like rapid influx that you did not expect to come so quickly. Okay, so let's pull your card from the... there's like an intense energy. There's like a huge change energy coming in for you, and it's kind of intense and overwhelming. So I wonder if it would be beneficial for you to consistently ground yourself and to mentally prepare yourself. Mentally prepare yourself for rapid change. I know it's change that you want. Again, I've mentioned that this is something you've willingly and actively participated in. You're not going to get changes. I mean, there will be unexpected changes that are blessings that come in and opportunities that you didn't expect. But ultimately, this is all in the realm of what you've been building and what you've been creating and walking towards. So again, it almost feels like you need to like brace yourself a little bit for the change that's going, or for the launch, whatever wording makes sense for you. But there is this feeling of brace yourself. If you do have time for stillness now, you're going to want to take it. You're going to want to slow down. You're going to want to reorient yourself. You're going to want to surrender and pray and align yourself to the most like aligned timeline, because there may be opportunities that flood in where you're going to have to make quick choices, and you want to come from a place of alignment and groundedness and rootedness and stability. So I would say putting that as a priority, that stability and that inner strength and that surrender and alignment to your highest nature, surrender to the good of all, surrender and it like this or something better kind of energies coming through, trusting in your gut. There's a feeling of when these things, opportunities come in, blessings come in, you will have time. You will have time in moments to pray, surrender, and make a decision. And I'm reminding you to do that. Take those opportunities when you do, but they still could be quick decisions that you're making. So yeah, there's just this bracing energy coming in right now. But let's go ahead and pull your card from the Gateway Oracle and see what, yep. I mean, come on. Look at this. I don't look at these. Manifesting dreams. Boom. My dreams are coming true, and we have a cornucopia here of fruits and vegetables. This is like the fruition of long walk towards dreams. You have the opportunity for massive expansion and aligning your energy and aligning your inner world. Like, okay, sorry, I'm like, there's a lot coming through. So when I was talking about, these are the things you physically walk towards and you've put work into. Now is the time to go within and to align your energy to a place of reception for this powerful change that's coming into your world. So think about the implications of what you want and what that actually means. Like if you say like next month, so many things are going to twist and turn and change for you in such a positive way in the things you've wanted all along. What does that mean for your energy? If you knew without a shadow of a doubt that these things were coming in, how would you prepare your energy? Would you exercise more just to ground yourself and expend energy? Like, what would you do? What lifestyle would you get yourself into? That is what you're being called to do, preparation right now. So the way in which the next year is going to care for you, if we're nodding to the prompt that came through, is it's going to shower you with love and blessings and joy and abundance. And it's going to prove to you what it means to reap a harvest that you've intentionally planted. And it's going to align your nervous system and your being and your body and your mind, your spirit, your soul, your heart, and your life to the reality that these dreams have always, it's been inevitable. And not only that, but you can continue to live this way where you build and walk towards and see that you're the change you want to see in the world. And you can create change in the world. You can do good in the world. You can do even more than this first threshold. So there's an empowerment coming through, an uplifting, an awakening. Like, wow. And it feels very cellular, like it's in your body and being. And it just makes sense. I think group number 2 could be, if group number 2 had a lot to do with letting go of like what you had to do to get here and the journey it took to get here. So if that's something you're interested in, it could be something that you want to listen to, especially if you feel called to the infinite prayer, because all 3 groups are interrelated in the infinite prayer. So that's there. But I'm going to pull more oracle cards. I'm going to pull from the Tree Keeper's Oracle. Yeah, I feel activated. My solar plexus is lit up. I would recommend cardio because I feel like there's going to be a lot going on, and you just bringing in that solar plexus lit up, activated energy is going to be really good for you. Like building strength in your body. It's as within, so without. You build strength within your body and endurance within your body because there's going to be so much going on that it's like you want to be able to handle it, and you want to feel strong and stable and rooted in your body so that like you can pivot and like deal with what kind of comes towards you and create protection. And yeah, super cool. Okay. We have, that's exactly right. We have Keeper of Sanctuary, number 30, group number 3. 30 reduces to 3 again with expansion. Keeper of Sanctuary. You're going to want to create a sacred sanctuary that is free from any intrusions, pressures, expectations of the outside world. You're going to want to keep that inner compass honed and aligned. You're going to want to keep that part of you that you could enter into that brings you into a place of stillness and clarity. You want to keep that intact because you're going to need those there are going to be those moments where you feel a little bit overwhelmed or you feel like you're questioning your next steps, and if you've consistently honored the part of you that needs sanctuary, you're not going to have a problem in those moments because you're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to go into my sanctuary and I'm going to listen and I'm going to know the right next step and I'm going to take it, and it's not going to be a problem. So we also have, oh, this is so sweet. Number 4, which is a card of stability and security. I mean, a number of stability and security. And it says Keeper of Comfort. And you could be spending a lot of time with your pets, if you have a dog, taking your dog for lots of walks could be very beneficial during this time. It feels like there's this beautiful fruition of dreams come true, but your inner world and your home life feels so sacred, and there's a continuity just encompassing this fruition. And so there's this safety, there's this protection around the fruition of these dreams that are happening for you, and it just feels so safe, and it has always been meant to be, and it feels natural and good, and there's so much joy and celebration surrounding this and love surrounding this. I don't have any fears, at least at this point in the reading, of whether or not you're going to be able to handle this, receive this. It's just, it's group number 2 energies kind of coming in again. You've built your foundation solidly. So it's been a matter of time and divine timing for you to be ready for this. And you are ready for this. So let's pull a couple more cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. I picked this deck to bring in angels and ancestors, angels and ancestors energy, energy of beings and spirits and guides and family and protectors for this journey, for this new year of your life, this new phase, this new era of your life. Let's bring in the energies that are going to be supportive for you. Oh my gosh, wow. Sun. Enjoy success and happiness. You also have, ooh, wow, right next to the card that I was thinking about with the pets, because there's this woman sitting here with her unicorn, and I love that there's a knife that she's stuck in the ground next to her. It's almost like she put her kind of like protection, like the things she needs for protection. She knows she's safe, and she just stuck it in the ground. Now she's just spending time with her animals, relaxing. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. We've got a deer here. We've got some crows, a panther, and an owl. Okay, so you are not going to have any problems navigating your newfound success and abundance. You really aren't. You are so rooted in your instinctual nature, your intuition. You have such a sanctuary of a soul, of a spirit, of an aura, of a home that you created within your own being that cannot be tampered with. It absolutely cannot be tampered with. And you are safe. I want to emphasize, you are safe to receive this abundance and these opportunities. And you'll know what to do. You'll know what to do. All right, let's get into the tarot landscapes. You know what? For the other 2 groups, I did mainly tarot landscapes, but actually for you, I want to do tarot of oneness. It's a very colorful deck. I feel like that's the energy you're entering into. Color, abundance, freedom, joy, overflow, reaping what you've sown. Enjoy it. So much of what's coming through is just enjoy it. You did it. Congratulations. Take it in. This is a year of taking it in. Okay. Oh my God. We have the sun and then a horse. I love that there's a unicorn here and now there's a horse. Freedom. Horses are symbolic of freedom. There's a beach here. There's a sandcastle here, symbolic of your inner child feeling free and feeling safe to stand in your vulnerable authenticity in the light of day. Feeling safe being seen. Feeling safe in your light and in your glow. It's beautiful. We have Ace of Cups with an otter. There is such like interrelated energy coming in, like relationships, feeling connected, feeling seen by those you love, and maybe even seen by a greater whole in your light, like shining so brightly that more and more people see you. And get to witness you and get to be changed by you in so many good ways. It's like your light shining so brightly that it reaches so many more souls, and you don't even, it's like effortless. Oh my God. We have the Empress. Oh, this is the most beautiful reading ever. You have the Four of Swords as your center. That is a card of meditation, of rest, of self-care. And in the midst of all of this abundance, you are the best person to receive this. You're ready. You're so ready. Wow, interesting. We have the Tower. That can be it's funny that I kind of had a feeling when I was like, oh my God, this is the best reading ever. I was like, oh God, I just jinxed myself. But no, of course, the Towers, there are no negative cards. So, ooh, we have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. And then we have Life Force energy, which is an extra major arcana of this deck. You have a lot of major arcanas. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 7. So you have more major arcana, which I think that makes perfect sense with everything I've been telling you. This is a huge life change. The Tower is a card of upheaval. It's a card of things crumbling, like old ways of seeing the world, old ways of being, existing in the world, just crumbling right before your eyes. But honestly, it's a welcome crumbling. Same with Seven of Cups. Like, these cards can be looked at in ways that are heavier, but in the context of this, for instance, here, and we have a beach over here as well, and this person's resting in a hammock, and there are all of these cups up in the sky. There's a palm tree. There's the calm sea, and it's like, where am I going to go from here? I've made it to this amazing place of fruition. I've found peace in this new reality, in this new way, and where do I go from here? It's a beautiful doors opening up, options opening up kind of energy. I get to meander and wonder how things could be moving forward. What do I really want from here? What can I create from here? Where do I go from here? And it's like a joyful energy. And I love that she or he, they're resting in a hammock, and you get to take that moment of pause and exist in everything you've built, and relax and let your mind wander, let your heart roam free, and allow your whole being to just readjust to the abundance that has come in. Your whole being just to land there truly and know you're safe there, that this is what not only you created, but the divine created for you. It's been a co-creation along the way. You've been following a higher guidance this whole time, and it landed you in a place of healing and a place of abundance, overflow, freedom. And now you get to reassess, but you get to take your time, you get to rest, and you get to celebrate. There's a sacred pause here, a sacred pause where you can truly tend to the self. And it's beautiful. And from this, I see you could be going on a retreat to just, with the only pursuit being to care for yourself, to tend to yourself, to love on yourself, to get to know yourself in a new way. Especially if you're leaving a place of, if you have been in places of tower moments where it's been upheaval and change and survival, and maybe it just, not maybe, you are entering into a place of stability and security and peace and overflow, and now you get to take the time and space that your soul truly, your body and soul truly needs to just recalibrate. Such healing can come from this new phase. So please, I don't think you'll have a problem with it, but even though there's going to be a lot going on, if you need that sacred pause, please take it and put your boundaries around that. I don't think you're going to have a problem with that though. Keeper of comfort, keeper of sanctuary. I mean, we've got all these beautiful cards over here. I just want you to release any pressure to build from this place. I want you to just take it in and reassess. And then when you feel inspired to, follow that life force energy and go where you feel called from there. You'll know what to do when the time is right. Okay, I'm going to pull a few more cards from the Landscapes Tarot. The Empress is a beautiful card. And otters and we have a baby elephant here and a mama elephant. And then the otter too. These are animals that are community oriented, and there's just such hominess and love and feeling settled and feeling held, seen, honored for just for who you are. There's an intimate energy here. So those who will be in your intimate circle in this new year will be those that feel safe in their ability to enter into this sacred pause too. And so you'll be surrounded by people who support you in your pause, who honor you in that space. Woo! We've got a couple cards that flew out. We have the Moon and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, I think there's something with the Moon card being about mysteries and the unknown and walking through the inner light of the beautiful dark of night within your being. I think there's going to be, I'm thinking of a full moon, like something illuminating within your being in this phase. And there's a frog and a moth here, which are these animals that go on these transformations. I believe that from this sacred stillness that you land in, a whole new dream's going to be birthed through you. A whole new potential that you had yet to fathom, because you've been in a place where you were more focused on foundations and ground level security and building almost like healing survival, and now you're coming from a place of what more can I do? And this could be like from an altruistic place where you want to help people, or this could be like sky's the limit. How big can I take this thing I've already built? It's new doors opening up, new thresholds opening up. But yeah, that comes from that place of stillness and not even caring about a new threshold opening up at all in the beginning. And Page of Pentacles is new ideas, is inspiration. It's new. I mean, look at this. It's like the little turtle. It's so cute because turtles are slow, and it's like he's looking out ahead, and it's like, okay, what else? Where else am I going to walk? What else am I going to do in this life? I've got all these years ahead of me. I think you're going to have some pretty profound awakening moments. And you're going to shift your perspective on what you can accomplish. And I'm excited for you. It's almost like the divine will shine a light on you and say like, hey, you want to do this? You can do this, And you're like, what? No way. And the divine's like, yeah, you wanna? Like, it's going to take a while, but you want to go on this journey now? And you're like, yeah, like, let's do it. And then it opens up a whole new thing. And it's this whole new evolution of your soul. So that's really cool. I'm going to pull one last card from the Wild Offering Oracle. These are little prayers. If you feel called to pray with me, go ahead. Just sweet little prayers. So you got relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. This could be literal relationships, so take it as it resonates, but I was feeling your relationship with the divine and your potential and yourself and your mission, your purpose. I think there's a deepening into who you are when it comes to the good you want to do in the world. And that's amazing. I'm excited for you. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do the infinite prayer now. This is the end of all 3 groups, so I'm ready to enter into that space. And for you, I want to bring in the energy of the sacred pause. I want to bring you into that space of you having already achieved all of this. All of these blessings are already here. You're in that place of stability within it all. You take it all in, and it is time to rest. So I wrote the sacred pause, time to rest. The abundance in here, and it's stable. Yep, that is the energy I'm going to bring forth. I love this. So actually, I didn't read the other 2, or I didn't read the others for the other group. But the groups 1 through 3, I wrote down for group number 1, you are safe to cross this threshold. All of your loved ones are waiting for you on the other side. And group number 2, I wrote dance, joy, levity, and movement. It all makes sense. And then for you, of course, the sacred pause, time to rest, the abundance is here and it's stable. You are free. I'm going to add that. You are free. So all of those intentions and affirmations are going to be encompassed into the infinite prayer session if you feel called to it. Again, there will be for the next 4 days. Maybe in the future, I will offer every month. I will offer a small window when I do these infinite prayer sessions. I just want to let you know. So if you catch another reading, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell little guy if you want to be reminded when I post readings, because every single month there will be one reading where I'll have a little window of time to get a discount on the membership, the Patreon membership. So please know that. So this won't be the only offering for it. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, group number 3. I'm honored by your presence. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a flower emoji, leave a comment if you feel called to, and listen to this outro to learn more about Patreon, my other YouTube channel, my adorable merch, and other ways I can support you. Thank you so much. Bye. If you'd like to be supported more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of the Little Flower Patreon. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. Each month in the Wellspring membership, I channel a theme or prompt for 2 new Pick a Flower readings, with one of those readings laying the foundation for what emerges in the infinite prayer. Using Reiki, prayer, intuitively guided affirmations, and a belief in miracles, I offer a new, powerful transmission each month. With the Overflow membership, receive everything in Wellspring, plus access to every new extended infinite prayer session drawn from monthly YouTube readings from October 2025 on. Click the link in the description box below if you feel called to explore. Feel free to like, comment, drop a flower emoji, or subscribe to The Little Flower. You may browse single infinite prayer transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip or buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, my heart and soul in video form. I'd be honored to have you over there as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.